Welcome to Asian ID. If there is one question echoing across the short drama world right now, isn't it this? Whose CP has returned so fiercely that it feels like a storm no one can ignore? When Hae-in and Shen Haonan officially announced the launch of their fifth collaboration Yiying on April 24, 2026, wasn't the explosion of excitement almost inevitable after all? How often do we witness a pairing that not only survives multiple projects, but evolves with each reunion, reshaping audience expectations every single time? Is it merely coincidence that their previous four collaborations each carved out a distinct emotional landscape? From the suffocating pain of the back of the sun to the youthful redemption of Star Wish, and when they softened hearts with the sweetness of Nian and Ruai before deepening emotional complexity and secret love marriage, didn't they quietly prove that chemistry alone is never enough without growth? What makes this fifth collaboration feel different, though? Is it not the daring leap into a world where fantasy and human desire intertwine in unpredictable ways? A widow who loves wealth as fiercely as she loves beauty, paired with a snake demon who hides danger beneath charm. Could there be a more intoxicating contradiction when Shen Haonan steps into the role of Zhai? Does he simply portray a character, or does he channel that familiar aura of restrained intensity that fans have come to crave? Isn't it fascinating how his sharp features and layered acting style, often praised for conveying emotion through the molest's chores, make him almost destined for roles that blur the line between tenderness and threat? And what about Zhai, who transforms once again, this time into Ruai? A woman who appears gentle yet guards her wealth and independence with unwavering ferocity. Does her performance not challenge the very idea of what a sweet-faced actress can embody? Proving that softness and strength are never mutually exclusive. Perhaps what truly sets this drama apart is not just the characters themselves, but the reversal of a cultural narrative deeply rooted in tradition. Wouldn't you agree? When echoes of the legend of the White Snake are reimagined through a gender-flipped lens, does it not feel like history itself is being rewritten in whispers rather than declarations? In the original tale, sacrifice defined love, but here, isn't love shaped instead by negotiation, tension, and the slow unraveling of guarded hearts? When Ruai refuses to be a passive recipient of affection, and Zhai refuses to be merely a selfless protector, doesn't the relationship begin to mirror something far more real, something closer to the complicated truths we live? And isn't that where the true magic lies, not in the fantasy of demons and wealth, but in the fragile, unpredictable evolution of trust? Looking back at their journey, could we say that each collaboration between them has been less about repetition and more about reinvention? From tragedy to healing, from innocence to maturity, have they not traced a path that reflects both their personal growth and the shifting desires of their audiences? Is it any wonder, then, that fans now call them the ceiling of CP dynamics in the short drama industry? But what does it really mean to reach such a height, and more importantly, how does one continue to rise beyond it? With over 120 short dramas to his name, Shen Haonan has long been labeled a workhorse, yet does that label truly capture the nuance he brings to each role? And for Yiying, whose staggering release schedule once saw multiple dramas airing within days of each other, does productivity alone explain her growing influence, or is it the quiet persistence behind every role, the unseen effort that transforms scripts into something that feels alive as anticipation builds and reservation numbers climb? Are audiences simply chasing another hit, or are they seeking the comfort of a familiar connection that never quite repeats itself? When viewers say their DNA has been triggered, is it excitement they are describing, or something deeper, something almost instinctual? Perhaps it is the recognition of a rare dynamic, one that balances predictability with surprise, comfort with risk, sweetness with edge. And as Ruai prepares to unfold its story, are we ready to confront the possibility that what draws us in is not just the romance, but the reflection of our own guarded desires? Because in the end, when love is no longer about saving or being saved, but about choosing, resisting, and slowly surrendering, doesn't it begin to ask us a far more unsettling question? If we were placed in their world, torn between desire, fear, and the need to protect what we value most, would we hold on tighter, or would we dare to let go? Thank you for watching the video. See you again.